Hi everyone, welcome to this sort of short and sweet, juicy but gentle yoga practice. So take your time to get seated on the mat. Maybe you can use a cushion to just lift the hips gently. Give yourself that space to lengthen up through the spine, lifting the crown of the head to the ceiling. Relax the hands on the knees. Get yourself settled in. Make any adjustments that you need. Start to deepen the breath a little bit. On your next inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. As you exhale, relax the shoulders down. Keep your attention on that breath. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, relax. Slowing down the mind, slowing down the body with every breath. Feel yourself becoming more relaxed with every exhale. On the next inhale, lift the chin towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. Starting to move with the breath now. Inhale, lift. Keeping the breath slow and steady. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Keeping the hands relaxed. Inhale, lift. Opening slightly through the chest. Exhale, drop the chin down. Take your right hand, place it on the mat, and your left hand comes up and over, easing into a side stretch. Feel that stretch from the armpit down towards the hip. As you inhale, come back into the centre. As you exhale, maybe ease slightly further into the stretch. Coming back to the centre, interlace the fingers, stretch upwards to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the hands in front, inch the hands forwards on the mat. Just come forwards as much as feels good for you. Inhale, come up onto the fingertips, lengthening through the arms. Exhale, fold it forwards. Inhale, push and lengthen, lifting the chest, lifting the shoulders. Exhale, relax the shoulders, the elbows, the chin. Walking the hands back in. Interlace the fingers again. Big stretch up to the ceiling. Lift that chin, lengthen the spine as you do that. Exhale, place the left hand down on the mat. Right arm comes up and over this time. Inhale, lengthen up to the centre. Find that space within the spine. Exhale, ease slightly further into the bend. Opening slightly through the chest. Inhale, come back to the centre. Interlace the fingers again. Activate the arms, reach up and stretch. And then exhale, walk the hands forwards again. Try and relax the shoulders away from the ears as much as you can. Inhale, walk the hands back to the centre, lift the chin, and then exhale, fold it forwards. Feel that wave through the spine. Then extend the arms out to the side, coming up onto the fingertips. Inhale, press and lift that chest, and then exhale, fold. Remember, just come as low as feels good for you. Walking the hands back to the centre, move the cushion out to the side if you've been using one to lift the hips, and then come into tabletop position. Knees hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. Gently rock forward and back, just finding that activation with the core. Bring your belly button back to the spine. Gentle movements to begin with. Lift the chin, let the belly drop. Cat-cow, tuck the chin to the chest. As you exhale, push the ground away. Really finding that movement with the spine. Inhale, lift, let the belly drop. And exhale, tuck the chin, round through the shoulders, round through the spine. Curl the toes under, push into the hands, lift the knees, hover the knees. Stable with that core, stable with the shoulders. Exhale, drop the knees and relax. Hips come back towards the heels in child's pose, stretching the fingertips forwards, deepen that breath. Activate the arms again, child's pose up onto the fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest slightly. Exhale, drop the chest down towards the floor. This time, stepping the left hand on top of the right hand. Just bring your awareness back to that left hip. Try and keep it square. Try and keep it back towards the heel. Swap directions. Right hand comes on top of that left hand. Lengthen out through the arms. Again, bring your awareness to the opposite hip. Try and keep it as square as possible. Then come back to the centre. Lifting back up towards tabletop. Curl the toes under. We're going to send the hips up into downward facing dog. Hips press up to the ceiling. Gently pedal out with the feet to stretch through the hamstrings. Keeping the shoulders engaged. Pressing the fingertips down in towards the mat. Deep belly breaths. As you exhale, bend the knees up towards the chest. And as you inhale, find a little bit more length with the legs. Exhale, knees come down towards the chest. Inhale, send those hips up to the ceiling. Inhale, shift forwards into plank, strong and stable with the core. Gently rock it forwards and back. Again, bringing as much awareness as you can into the core. Belly button comes back, nice and stable with the shoulders. Lower yourself down onto the elbows, keeping that core engaged, and carry on those gentle rocks backwards and forwards, activating through the shoulders. Engaging the glutes all the time. Lower yourself down onto the belly. Pressing the hands into the side. Inhale, lift the chest up into baby cobra. Activate through your upper back. Exhale, roll it forwards. Relax onto the belly. Inhale, press and lift again. Keep the glutes and the legs engaged, and exhale, relax it down. Really move with the breath. Find that wave through the spine. Inhale, press and lift. Hover the hands if it feels good for you. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and relax it forwards, pressing into the hands. Lift back into that baby cobra, turning the gaze over the right shoulder first and then to the left. Keeping that wave, that movement through the spine, keeping the glutes engaged, pressing onto the hands, back onto the knees, curl the toes, lift the hips straight up into downward facing dog. Turn the gaze back towards the toes. Send it forwards into plank. Chaturanga if you can. Elbows come back, lower yourself down, then inhale, flip the feet, press into upward facing dog. If any of these feel too tough, remember, always drop the knees. Flipping the feet again, send it back into downward facing dog. Shoulders round out slightly, find as much movement as you feel you need to. Inhale, come forwards to plank again. Like I said, drop the knees if it feels good. Elbows come back, chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, flip the feet, put it straight back into upward facing dog. Keeping that core strong. Drop the knees, relax it back into child's pose. Stretching the fingertips forwards. Activate through the arms and then relax through the shoulders. Move with that breath as you come up onto the fingertips and then shuffle the hands back in towards the center. Palms come together, reach up and stretch, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, elbows come out to the side, opening through the chest. Inhale, push and lift, lengthening through the arm. Exhale, open that chest. We're going to set up for Dolphin Pose next. So placing the hands shoulder width apart on the mat, elbows come back, arms stay parallel. Pressing the palms into the floor, curl the toes, lift the hips into the ceiling. If you need to bend the knees here, then do. Keep all your awareness on that core, keeping the core strong. Looking back towards the toes, bend the knees as much as you need to. If this doesn't feel good, drop the knees down. Slow and steady with the breath. Exhale, drop the knees back down towards the mat. Extend the arms into child's pose. Stretching through the back. Hips come back towards the heels. Curl the toes again. Lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Keeping the bend with the knees. Again, bring your awareness to your shoulders. Shoulders stay strong. Pressing the palms in towards the ground. Engage in the core always. If you can, extend the arms back into downward facing dog and then walk the feet forwards into forward fold. Nice and relaxed and passive in this forward fold. Bend at the knees, holding at the elbows, rock it from side to side. Let the chin just relax down towards the chest. Let all the tension leave the shoulders, the top of the head. Imagine it falling down onto the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, further that fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, lift the chin, straight with the spine. Exhale, fold. Relaxing through the shoulders, then inhale, activate, halfway lift, and exhale, relax. Placing the hands on the floor, step it back into plank. Engage that core as much as you can. Again, rock it backwards and forwards just a few times to really activate the shoulders and the core, then drop the knees. You're going to shift the right foot forward into low lunge. Take your time getting there. Keep that engagement in the glutes. Lift the chin and the chest. Straighten that front leg just to ease into the stretch. Inhale as you come back. Exhale as you bend that front leg. Engaging the glutes all the time. On the next inhale, lifting both arms up and forwards, keeping that spine nice and strong. Glutes always engaged, just slightly. Lifting the chin, extending through the arms, deepen that breath in low lunge. As you exhale, elbows come out to the side. If it feels good for you, bend that left leg up at the back. You should feel a nice stretch on the front of the top of the leg. Inhale, stretch the arms up again, lift that chin. Exhale, plant the palms either side of the first foot. Then lift and up, extend the right arm up to the ceiling, gently twisting through the spine. If it feels good, you can bend that left leg up again at the back, reaching the right arm round to guide the foot up. Try not to collapse through the hips. Keep that glute engagement all the time. Exhale, plant the palms again, this time on the inside of that right leg. Lift into high lunge with the knee and extend the right arm up to the ceiling again. Feel the twist through the spine, but keep the core strong, keep the glutes strong, squeeze in the back leg. If you want to rotate a little bit more, feel free to bend the arm behind the back. Then drop the knee. Extend the leg back again just to stretch, ease out any heat that's built up in that front leg. Curl the back toe under, lift into high lunge, pressing into that front foot, extend the arms upwards. Engaging the glutes and the legs all the time. Don't let the hips collapse, keep the spine long, lift that chin, slow with the breath. Exhale, plant the palms again, either side of that front foot, dropping the back knee. And relax into child's pose. Just bring your awareness to the legs. Notice the heat that you've built up. Relaxing through the hips here. Relaxing through the shoulders. Maybe you want to find some movement coming up onto the fingertips. I'm going to do the same on the other leg. So left foot shifts forwards this time, easing into that low lunge, keeping the glutes strong. As you inhale, straighten that front leg, extending the hips back. Inhale, bend it forwards. Then come straight back into that low lunge, keeping the glutes engaged. Pressing into the feet, inhale, lift the arms up, stretch, lift the chin. Maybe easing into the bend, keep that engagement with the core and the glutes. Exhale, elbows come out to the side. Inhale, reach up and stretch, reset that position. Exhale, elbows come out, opening through the chest. Placing the palms back down on the floor, either side of that front foot. Inhale, lift. Again, extend the spine up. If it feels good for you, bend the right leg up towards the back. Feel that nice gentle stretch on the front of the leg. Placing the hands back down. This time you're going to lift and extend that left arm up to the ceiling. Stretch through the fingertips, rotating through the spine. Look up towards the hand. Slow and steady with the breath. Exhale, place that hand back down either side of the foot. And inhale, reach and stretch again. If it feels good, bending that leg behind, reaching the back hand to hold the foot, maybe guiding it slightly closer. Remember, never overstretch. Keeping that engagement all the time. Bring your awareness back to the breath if you might have lost that breathing a little bit. Curling the back toe under, lifting up into that high lunge this time. And again, rotating through the spine, lifting up with that left hand. Extend through the arm, turn your gaze up towards the hand, squeezing through both legs. Exhale, plant the palm again. Inhale, lift back to that high lunge, pressing onto the foot, squeeze the back leg, squeeze the glutes, ease into that high lunge. Keeping the spine nice and long. Exhale, plant the palms, drop that back leg, and again, relax it back into child's pose. Deepening the breath. Take this time to rest and restore. You're going to shift your body weight forward onto the belly. Inhale, lift to baby cobra. Then extend the arms back. We're going to come into bow pose. If you can, reach and hold the tops of the feet. If you haven't got the feet in your reach, just extend the arms back as much as you can. Engage in the glutes. Lift, hover the chest off the floor, pressing the hands into the feet. Maybe you'll find some lift of the knees. Always engage the glutes and the core. Exhale, relax it back down onto the mat. Then inhale, lift and squeeze again. Remember, if you haven't got the grasp of the feet, don't worry at all. Just bend the legs up and reach the hands back. Exhale, relaxing back down onto the mat. Pressing into the palms. Curl the toes, extend it up to plank and then rotate it back into downward facing dog. Walking the feet up into a forward fold. Then you're going to come down into a crouch, set the glutes on the floor, bring the feet forwards. Hands rest on the top of the knees. As you inhale, extend through the spine, lifting the chin. As you exhale, just drop the chest over the knees. Relaxing with every movement. Holding the bottom of the knees now, you're going to rock it back onto the mat. Extend the hands down towards the heels. On the next inhale, we're going to come into bridge pose. Press the palms down into the mat, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Engage in the glutes, engage in the core, and exhale, roll it back down. Reset that movement, rolling the shoulders under slightly. Inhale, lift the hips up, squeeze through that core. And exhale, one vertebrae at a time, roll it back down onto the mat. Inhale, lift, this time setting the weight over in towards the left leg. Extend the right leg up to the ceiling, keeping the glutes, the core strong. Exhale, replace that foot and swap it over. Left leg extends up to the ceiling, keeping that engagement. If this feels too tough for you, keep both feet on the floor. So we're going to come into a shoulder stand next. Bring some activation into the core by lifting the shoulders off the ground, drawing the belly button in, moving with that breath. Then roll the knees back up towards the chest. So take any variation that feels good, placing the hands on the lower back. If you feel confident doing this, you can place the hands really solid on the back and extend the feet up towards the ceiling. Engage in the core, engage in the legs as much as you can. Squeeze the elbows in slightly. Make sure you've got that support on the lower back. Control the breath. Again, if this doesn't feel accessible, come down into a lower position. So you're just slightly lifting the hips off the floor and placing the hands on the lower back. Stay there if it feels good, or even lower. If not, extend the feet up towards the ceiling. Keep that core strong. It's really important in your shoulder stand. Really supporting the lower back with the hands. Engage the legs. Gaze comes towards the toes. Slowly roll it back onto the mat, supporting your back in that downward movement. And then extend the legs to the base of the mat, coming into your final Shavasana. Slow down the breath as much as you can. Bring the hands to rest on the belly or extend them to the side. Relaxing the ankles out to the side. Rolling the shoulder blades under slightly. Bring your awareness right back to the breath, focusing on that deep inhale and relaxing exhale. And you can just stay here for as long as you like. The longer the better, just focusing on that breath. And I'll see you again soon.